is Mr. Brijesh Singh, Senior Technical Analyst at StockAxis. Let me just give you a tour of the market where almost nothing has happened over the last half an hour or so. Volumes are stagnant, nothing much to talk about. Reliance has traded 1,763 crores worth of transactions in the green, 0.6% higher. Zomato is the top traded counter in the NSE 500, 1870 crores, 0.5% lower. A smart move coming into CDSL, 2868, 3% higher at a record high. And apart from CTSL, the stocks that have hit fresh weeks are Voltas 1610, 4.8% higher. Glenmark 1631, 4.2% higher. Trent 6694, 3% higher. MCX 2.65%, up 4759, and Petronet LNG 375.60, 1.27% higher. There are many other names, but these are the major ones. Welcoming Brijesh ji. Namaste, Mr. Singh. A very warm welcome to you, sir. What looks good on the charts? The markets are resting after Friday's stupendous rally. What are your charts telling you?
So good afternoon, Salji. See, overall, still, if I'll go with market first of all. Nifty, if I talk about 24,570 around, it has been trading. So immediate resistance lied at 24,670. If we are surpassing, then we can say we are overcome from the downward trend, and we might try to retest 25,000. If so, then well and very good. Otherwise, the range to watch would be again 24,000 on downside, followed by 24,600 on the high side. This should be the range where the market should consolidate. But at the present, looking on the chart, I feel that we might touch 24,380, 24,400 level. I don't think that we might retest the 24,680 mark very soon. As per the banking, has been considered the banking index, 50,300 around is trading. Another 200 points of correction should be there. 50,000, 50,100 around the support lies, from where we can see a consolidation, and the range for banking index would be 49,800 or 50,000 precisely on a downside, followed by 50,700 or 800 on the higher side. What's look good on the chart right now are 2-3 stocks which look promising from oil and gas. Both HPCL and BPCL are looking promising for a short-term bet has been considered. So 386 around HPCL has been quoting. So a present rate on a dip should be used to go along with the stop loss of 370. Play for the target of 410 to 420. BPCL again looks good on the chart. 343 around, it's been trading with a stop loss of 336. Play for the target of 368. If we compare both these stocks, then BPCL chart is much more stronger as compared to right now with the HPCL. Shriram Finance stocks again look promising for a shorter term bet has been considered. In today's session, we have seen stock making a new 52-week high, 3,070 around. It's been trading. On the higher side, the target lies at around 3,200. If someone has a view of say 2 weeks and above, then 3,400 also is another target to watch. Stop loss to keep would be 2,870. And one more counter which I would be saying for the long side would be Voltas. A fresh breakout has been seen, bullish candlesticks followed by new 52-week high, 1,608 around. It's been trading, keeping a stop loss of 1,540. One can look out to buy for the target of 1,720 to 1,730 level.
Voltas had a recent research report which promised a lot of activity on the long side, but one must keep this in the background that the best season for sales for Voltas, which is summer, has ended, and the next 2 or 3 months would potentially be not as good as the last 6 months have been. Be that as it may, भाव भगवान है और आपके सामने है, record high, and this is where the markets are so far. A muted start to Monday, but stocks, especially the two, Shriram Housing Finance and Voltas that Brijesh ji have mentioned, are doing phenomenally well. The run-up on CDSL refuses to pause Brijesh ji, what are the charts telling you? The counter is headed for a 1:1 split. And before the split is in place, it's up 3% again. Early morning, we saw 29.55. What are the charts telling you here?
So if we talk about the from a chart point of view, the 20th March low from 1622, it's been a one-way rally with higher tops and higher bottom formation. Now the Friday move was fantastic, somewhere around 8.5% we have seen on Friday, and still the rally has been going on. But on the daily chart, right now the candlesticks formation indicates the inward hammer. So it indicates that the small profit booking has been seen. So I would not be saying to go long right now at the present rate. Whether if it comes downside somewhere around say 2070, 2740 and below that level, then we can take a buy call and with the stop loss of 2540 and then play for the target of say 3100 or 3200. So at this present rate, fresh entry should be avoided. Dip should be used to go long. So if it trades below 2740, then take a buy call in it.
Okay. Brijesh ji, we've often talked mostly the strength is what is reflected on charts, and that's what we talk about. But given the fact that almost nothing has happened on the Nifty over the last 2 or 3 weeks, sideways trend, 350-point trading range, what are the stocks that within the Nifty have shown weakness on charts? Now we are in the final phase of August's expiry. What do you think will underperform in the month of September?
So right now, nothing has been underperformed. We have seen a correction. People, morning I was in one of the show of CNBC, then that time people were talking about the banking PSU bank index. So I was been looking on that. If we look out just a PSU bank index, if you talk about, the banking index has not performed from last 1 week or 1 month. We have seen a lot of correction in the PSU bank. No doubt they are today. All the PSU banks are on the higher side. But if we look out on the broader picture time frame, still it's just a small pullback rally. Overall trend still look negative to me. So as for the overall sector has been considered for the Nifty, I'll say nothing much has been there on the Nifty side. Individually, I can talk which are the stocks which look negative part.
Why don't you suggest a couple which look negative on the charts, sir?
Okay, so if I talk about the stocks which look negative right now, where the supply has been seen and the stock which can go move more down in it, I'll talk that way. SBI Life look little bit negative. As a chart has been considered, the stock has been trading with lower tops and lower bottom formation, 1669 around. It's been trading till stock doesn't breaks 1720 mark on the higher side. Shorts can be built up on the downside. If I talk about 1590, 1600 is a level where the supply can be seen. Indian Hotel is another counter where the shorts is been created. If I talk about the downside is been considered on the Indian Hotel front. Somewhere around the if I talk about the support zone, I still feel that the stock is right now is trading at 612 around. Till stock doesn't break 640 on the higher side, we might drift towards the level of previous swing low, that is somewhere around 590 or below that level. So these are the two counter where shorts can be built up.
Okay. Indian Hotels and of course SBI Life. SBI Life, remember ladies and gentlemen, in fact both these stocks are at record highs and some weakness creeping it at current levels. That is what Brijesh Ji is trying to say. Let me just take this opportunity to take a detour into the markets. I'll point out the volume buzzers to you as far as Nifty is concerned. It'll give you an idea that very little is happening. See, Nifty is flat, just 24 points higher. There is not a single stock in the Nifty which has shown a volume which is more than 100% of the 5-day average. So that goes on to show that how muted the game is as far as the large blue chips are concerned. But the moment you shift your action to NSE 500, you will see a whole host of stocks doing phenomenally well and with heavy volumes. I'll like to mark Triveni Turbine. We generally don't talk about this company a lot. This is used to be a subsidiary of Triveni Sugar. They make medium-sized electric motors. Today, the counters up dramatically in terms of prices and is doing phenomenally well in terms of volumes as well. Look at Kaplan Point, 1840. It's a 16% rise in Kaplan Point, and the volume is 25 times the 5-day average, which is now at about 51 lakh shares. There is Angel One showing hectic activity, 6 times the 5-day volume and 8.5% up at 2343. You have NAM India 4% higher, 715. It's the AMC brokerage space that is doing fairly well as far as prices are concerned. Then you have Chalet Hotels with heavy volumes, flat. You have Poly Medicure 2124 in terms of price, 8.5% higher and fairly strong volumes. Almost 313, Brijesh ji. Anything in the mid cap or the small cap space which looks attractive to you in the form of BTST or STBT?
So if I go with BTST, then I'll say that FSL First Source, where one can look out 334 around stock is been trading, and at today's session we have seen stock making a new 52-week high. A little bit deeper support has been there, 328 around. It's been trade. One can keep that thing as a stop loss. Current rate can be used to go long 334. Play for the target of 340 to 44 zone. Another counter where BTST can be done is the Jubilant Pharma, where the buying is been seen right now also. A small profit booking, but still doesn't make us a problem around 902 around stock has been trading. Present or dip can be used to go long. Stop loss wise we can keep at 880. Play for the target of 925 to 930.
Okay. Staying with First Source Solutions, again an IT company, a record high at 334. And this sharp 8.5% surge is accompanied by a volume of 3.29 crore shares. That's 2.5 times the 5-day average. So a breakout in price, a breakout in volume, and both of them put together are in, how should I say, sufficient quantities for Mr. Singh to give you a higher price target. Now what else is moving? NBCC. This is something that needs to be watched for the medium term. The company's come out with a good prognosis in its con call with investors. What are the charts of NBCC telling you, Brijesh ji? Almost 185, 1.5% higher, sir.
So if we look about the chart on a shorter term time frame, say a 4 hours or hourly time frame, we can see that the trendline breakout has been witnessed already. Present rate can be used to go long. Stop loss wise, if I talk about 174 zone is a nice support, so one can keep as a stop loss of 170. If I talk about the target for a short term bet has been considered, suppose someone have a viewing of say 2 weeks to 3 weeks, so it can go up to the level of 220 to 225. So definitely as per the volume price pattern, indications are that we can see upside swing in NBCC. Only a sprout of upside can be seen when the stock crosses 195. Sharp uprise can be seen once the stock trades above 195. But still, at the present rate also one can go for a buy side with a stop loss of 170.
Now, the counter is also consolidating near record highs, and as Brijesh ji mentioned, a move above 195 will be met with more, how should I say, enthusiasm and participation from traders and investors rather than at 184. So we'll wait for that to happen. 3:16 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, let me just take a detour into the FNO space and let you know the top underperformers for today. These are relative profit bookings. Let's look at M&M Futures, Mahindra & Mahindra, down 2.4%. This is the top loser today in the FNO space at 2769. PI Industries, the agrochemicals maker, shed 2.3% at 4331. This is also accompanied by a rise in open interest. So essentially, that talks about more profit booking in the offering. You have Jubilant Foodworks, 636, 1.4% down the futures, as also Gujarat Gas, which is tumbled 1.8% lower, 591. Now, what is in top shape? Look at Birlasoft, 3.4% higher. This is the top OI gainer with a development of 35% in OI. What are the spaces for and the charts for Birlasoft telling you, Brijesh ji? This has been a high beta counter in the mid-cap software side. Your view?
If we talk about the Birlasoft, the stock already made a high. The previous swing high was of around 760 on the 19th of July, and after that we have seen a profit booking, and the stock made a low on 5th of August somewhere around 550. And there was some sort of a double bottom formation. From there we have seen a pullback. Now this pullback should hold on till the level of 605 or 600. 600 should not be broken, and as we know that the stock is a high volatility counter. So immediate resistance lies at around 635 followed by 655. So I feel that we can see pullback till the level of 655, 620 or 624 around the stock has been trading, keeping a stop loss of 605. One can play for the target of 655. So 655 is a tough resistance to go. If we see closing above this level, then another 30 rupees upside can be seen. But immediately target, if I talk about, then 655 is a level where the supply can be seen. So that should be the initial target for short term with a stop loss of 605.
Okay, I'll request the PCI to fire a longer term chart of Birlasoft. What you see today is an effort made by the counter to move above 21 EMA. It is still below 200 EMA, and guess what? What's the price there? 655. And the all-time high is 859, which we saw somewhere in the early part of February. So that's the profit booking that has gone into Birlasoft from 859 all the way down to 555 in a span of five months. And the last 3 odd days have been pretty good. And that's how the overall chart structure is for Birlasoft. 3:19 p.m. For today. Brijesh ji, anything that is buzzing on your charts even amid low volumes?
So right now nothing much has been there except again from a petroleum sector. If we talk about GAIL, again looks promising right now. 239 around has been trading. So if someone wants to do BTST, one can do with a stop loss of 234. Play for the target of 246 around is a level that is, if I'm not mistaken, that is a 250 week high.
Yes. Correct, sir. That's the high.
Yeah. So where I feel that we can see that level. Short covering has been witnesses in PNB, PSU Bank. So if 115 around has been trading with a strict stop loss of 112, one can play for the target of 119 to 120.
Okay. PNB in any case is in an attractive place today because of this government finance ministry meeting that's happening between PSU banking chiefs, regional rural banking chiefs, and the finance minister to discuss the ongoing issues within the sector and probably look at solutions to them. What's moved strongly today? It's National Aluminium, 172 in futures, up 4%. I'll just interestingly tell you the low of today, 164. And we'll try to draw the long-term chart of National Aluminium, which is right there in front of you. Brijesh ji, what are the charts telling you at 171? The most recent high was 210. And from then on, a spate of profit booking, almost a month-long selling pressure on National Aluminium.
So just before that, the 210 odd level, which was made on 9th of July, 209 or 210 52-week high was being made. Before that, we have seen a profit booking on 4th of June. That was an election result day from 147. We have seen stock jumping towards the level. Now, if we draw Fibonacci retracement of all these things, so 160 level, 161.18 level that comes at 170 odd. Right now, the stock has been trading at this level. I feel if we get another 5 rupee downside on this, somewhere around 165, 168 around, ideally for the buying, that would be the good level with that strict stop loss of 160. And one can look out, a pullback rally towards the level of 185 to 188. But still, at the present date, if someone wants to play, then the stop loss should be maintained at the level of 168. On a daily chart, we are seeing stock making a bullish engulfing candlestick. Volume has been increasing in it. So 168, one can keep that thing as a stop loss play for the target of for 178. But I feel if for a short term bet, if it trades somewhere around 168, then 160 should be the ideal stop loss for a short term bet, and play for the target of 188.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start wrapping up the market. We are almost at 324. These are the two stocks that Brijesh ji mentions on the chart, which look good. Let me just also take a detour into the PSU basket, which was doing pretty well since the morning, and highlight some stocks that have outperformed. Look at ITDC from the hotel space, almost 10% higher at 772. The space that is for public sector insurers represented by NIACL is at 6% uptick, 252. A strong move that is also coming in the counterpart GIC Ray, 4% higher at 400. Keep an eye out on this one. And of course, the metals space has done pretty well, including the index, but you must look at it from the point of view that they've been thrashed black and blue. The sentiment in the sector went for a toss after the Supreme Court said that royalty and other cess payments would be applicably charged by the states retrospectively 25 years from before. That's easily a 1 lakh crore hit on the balance sheets of many companies, and that's not digested well by the markets. What you see probably is a dead cat bounce on many of these counters. Let's also look at the high beta space. What is doing pretty well here? Okay, Angel One 9% higher, Edelweiss 4.5% higher. Another little known company that not many people track is Ganesh Housing, 4.5% higher at 915. CDSL doing pretty well. Poonawalla FinCap getting its mojo back, 2.3% higher, 370.75. And of course, no stopping Paytm, 1.7% higher, 573. The charts of Paytm, Brijesh ji, what are they telling you? Today the volume is somewhere like 12,16,000 shares. Day's low was 564. We are somewhere at 573. Your take, sir.
Actually, before that, I'll just tell you the stock which you were talking about, the CDSL. The CDSL chart still look promising. 2,882 around. Short-term bet has been considered. Then 3,200 is a level to watch on the higher side. Keeping a stop loss of 2,670. Present or dip can be used to go long. Regarding with the Paytm has been considered in 572 around stocks have been trading. Today intraday high was 592. I still feel another 10 rupees of correction if it gives, then that would be the ideal level to buy. 563, 565 around if it stays, then one can take a buy call and end with a stop loss of 540 and then play for the target of 595 to 600. If someone has a view of say a 2 month, 2 or 3 month, then it can even go to the level of 650. But for a short term bet, it's been considered 565 around. If it trades, then that would be the ideal level to go for a long side.
Okay. Again, I'll request the PCR to fire the long-term chart of CDSL. This is Central Depository Services Limited. The back end of all our DMAT holdings are with CDSL, and it's had a roaring time on the markets. This is a 1-year return. If we go back in time, this will be a multiple X multi-bagger return. Ladies and gentlemen, one needs to be a little cautious on this one. A 1:1 bonus has been announced, and the record date for this one is very near, somewhere mid to late August. Yes. I'll request the PCR to fire a longer term chart, please. You'll see at least 3-4x return over the last 2-3 years. Yes. A 5-year return, ladies and gentlemen, is 14x. So that is the kind of money that people have made on CDSL. It will adjust for a 1:1 bonus, but typically the markets, what they do is that they move the stock higher before the bonus date is effective, so that X bonus, the counter looks equally attractive. So if it gets X bonus today, which it won't, it will be at 1442 for a 1:1 adjustment. But the bonus date is still a couple of days away, and the stock has been rallying for the last 4 or 5 trading sessions. So please keep this in mind, be extremely cautious. Our job is to highlight not only a price movement, but also to give you a subjective logic behind why this move has happened. 328, ladies and gentlemen, the final word to you, Brijesh ji. Nifty, August expiry is on 29th this time. Do we see 26,000 by 29th of August?
No way. It has to cross 24,680. Then only we can say that Nifty might retest 25,000, 25,100. I don't see right now coming in. The only positive part is that we have not broken the previous swing low. And if I talk about previous swing low, that is 23,893. Again, we were going and touching, 2-3 times we went down that below 24,000 in intraday, and again we have bounced back. And in Friday, that was a surprise rally. The shorts were been taken off, and Nifty still has been trading in the range, but it has to cross that level of say 24,000, because I feel that this level where still some shorts are been there with keeping that thing at the stop loss. So if it breaks that level, then we can say okay, by August we might touch 25,000. But it would be surprising for me if it goes to 26,000. But right now on the chart, I don't feel so.
Okay. With that conclusive and how should I say emphatic answer, Brijesh ji will bid you goodbye.